Hello there, my name is OP, and lately I've been crafting the best possible macro-focused Gaunt drop, and I've finally cracked the code. I'm about to teach you the build, and later I'll give you a couple of tips for how to follow it up. Let's hop straight into a pre-recorded game, and go through the build step by step. Right, so the build aims to have 8 upgraded Gaunts inside a Harbinger at 4 minutes 40 seconds. Now that is early. We do this to apply a ton of pressure on the defender and to still have a healthy economy behind the drop. The build is very micro-intensive and a great way to practice multitasking and an even better way to gain MMR. We start out extremely basic with an Iron Vault to not waste any Therium on early Gaunts. This way you can focus on mining only Luminite right up until you have 10 workers on it. Also, build a meat farm near the closest capture point you want to take. The NPC spawned will help you clear the camp with just a brute and a hexen.
We are the protectors.
Like I said, we want 8 Plague Axe Gaunts into the opponent's worker lines to infest, kill, and transform them into more units to hopefully completely wipe out their economy. The snowball potential of the attack is ridiculously powerful at such an early point in the game.
We follow the way. Meet the challenge. The blood speaks. I am
After killing the first creep camp, use the resources gained to start your second base. Go for 5 workers on Therium and then saturate your main Luminite. 5 is enough for you to afford all of the necessary pieces of the build puzzle.
dark magic stirs. We
When you have the first 100 Therium gathered, start your tier 2 and look into making the first pair of Gaunts as well as a ritual chamber. The reason you want to make a pair of Gaunts is to not waste any charges on that conclave. Now sometimes you'll end up killing the opponent outright with the drop, but that's not the actual main goal of the build. We're doing this to force the opponent into a corner, stuck chasing around a game-ending balloon that they have got to deal with if they wish to continue playing the actual game. It strains their micro and decision-making skills, messes up their build, and damages the economy. Whether or not you actually pop off, you're dealing damage indirectly through lost mining time and a delayed build. With tier 2 done, start your Twilight Spire. You may also start summoning Gaunts to have enough ready to go when your Harbinger pops out. Make sure your bases are healthy and you have enough supply, cause it's about to get hectic and you may not get a chance to focus on your economy for a little while.
Not enough Luminites. Not enough Luminites.
Now, I made the build with Vanguard matchups in mind, but it can also work against other Infernals. However, Shroud Soul Manifestation can shut down the drop incredibly quickly, so be careful when going against the mirror match. I would never use this build against Celestials, since they have no workers to infest, which more or less nulls the point of the entire build.
Ready to kill. Need more Luminites.
Okay then, now right here around 4 minutes and 40 seconds, if you've done everything as instructed, you should be ready with your Harbinger. Now make sure to start researching plague axes before you leave your base. It only takes 45 seconds to finish the upgrade, so you can research it while already approaching the enemy worker lines.
You summoned your command. Here. Not enough Luminites.
Oh yes, now, while the drop is happening, you should not only micro it to the best of your ability, but also imp up your second base and start a third. Make sure you do not lose the drop, that's important. They might defend it well, you might not deal damage with the initial drop, but the beauty of the drop is to have it as a constant threat between the bases. Just having it around is enough to make some players panicked and frustrated and give you an edge that way. From there, unless you happen to finish the game with just a drop, you're free to play the game whichever way suits your style the best. As for those follow-ups, I've got a few ideas that have all worked in my Diamond ranked games. First of them would be a greedy 4th base for a huge economic lead in a long macro game. A second one would be another aggressive play with an all-in timing with mass Gaunt and a mix of Magmadon Brute. Now this works because you already have the Gaunt upgrades, just adding Demon Hoof Tremors makes this lethal for a lot of players. And a third one would be a quick tier 3 into 3 base contain, and you overwhelm the opponent with just higher tech units. You get Hellborn with Molten Touch, you get Magmadons with full upgrades, and maybe even a dragon. And there you have it, that would be more than less the build. Now if you want to see the build in action, click on the linked video of me completely wiping the floor with a Diamond Vanguard with this style. If you try to build yourself, do tell me in the comments how the games went and do consider leaving a subscription. I have been OP and I'll see you on the ladder now, good luck and have fun.